Breaking news came down, so we have to discuss it. This is what we do here. We're talking about the Indiana Fever making yet another move, Alicia, because they're Thanos right now and they're collecting all the Infinity Stones.
Did you hear about the WNBA stunner that has Asia Wilson-Furious Sydney Colson Wilson's favorite teammate and right-hand woman has completely upended the basketball world by abandoning the two-time champion Aces Caitlin Clark and the Indiana?
Two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson is officially signing a one-year deal with the Indiana Fever. So, the Fever just keep on doing what they've been doing. They're now playing no games in Indiana.
First of all, this WNBA free agency will not let us rest, number one. We literally cannot rest. But also, I love this move again. Like, Sydney Colson is a great player, but she's also a player that is going to add even more to what we're going to talk about later, and that's that chemistry of the team.
Yes, people, the Aces dynasty is collapsing and fans are going crazy. And guess what? Out of all the changes the Fever made this offseason, this one might be the one that puts Indiana on the verge of championship glory. Are you prepared to watch how this plays out? Come on, let's.
You mean to tell me that two-time WNBA champion, the face of the God Dog League, okay? The Aces' main girl, right-hand man, Sydney Colson, is no longer returning to the Aces and is signing with the Indiana Fever? First of all, do the Fever even have any more roster spots open? How many folks are you guys going to sign?
Imagine Wilson, the self-described Las Vegas queen. When Aces woke up, her right-hand maid was gone. What had happened? Sydney Colson, the two-time champion with the Aces, was more than simply a teammate to her. She was her confidant, her co-conspirator, and the unifying factor in the locker room. However, something changed, and Colson began to look beyond the glitz and glamour of Vegas.
She's the face of the league, self-appointed face of the league, but also just in entertainment and all of these things. She has done and achieved so many things and continues to find amazing places in the WNBA, including with the Indiana Fever right now. And I'm just really, listen, what other moves they gonna make? Because I love this one too. And just great move after great move after great move. And
let's talk about Colson's journey with the Aces. Her stats from the previous season: 2.5 points, 1 assist, and 8 minutes per game might not seem impressive, but her effect was enormous beyond the numbers. Colson was the defensive specialist, the clutch player who showed up when it mattered most. Recall the WNBA Finals 2 years ago. Colson wasn't just any player on the court. She was the lifeblood of the Aces locker room, the one who kept everyone laughing and brought the energy when things got tough. She was the secret weapon that every championship team needs, the player who improves everyone else just by being there.
I'm excited for Sydney Colson, and I'm excited for the Indiana Fever because they have an amazing player who is also very hilarious, like one of the funniest people in the league. So really excited to see this.
Said, imagine the content between Sydney and Caitlin. It's going to be comedy.
Content for days. I know the Indiana Fever front office is just celebrating because that is a part of it too, is content and having players that are going to be good at that. So come on, Sydney.
Let's now turn our attention to the Indiana Fever. Are you prepared for this? They've been acting like a team with something to prove. You bet. Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, check. Dananna Boner, yes. And Sydney Colson is now. They seem to be assembling a powerhouse team in front of us.
What do you mean Sydney Colson is joining the Indiana Fever? What does that mean? Indiana is just being so right now. They took DB, they took Natasha, now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney from us? Why would they take Sydney from us? What the we ever do to Indiana except beat them? But like, what the we ever do to Indiana?
However, the basketball world is shocked and fans are going crazy over the $1 million issue of why Colson would leave a championship team. Fever fans are pinching themselves to make sure they're not dreaming, while Aces supporters are in disbelief.
I'm really trying here not to crash out, okay? I can't take too much more. I just said the other day, what did I say? Another bomb is Sunday. I said, this isn't it. You know, I can't wait to see what the next bomb would be. Didn't know this would be the bomb. Stephanie White ain't playing fair. I have to say it again. Stephanie White is not playing fair. She on one.
This is the reality after giving it some thought. Wilson realized that Colson had selected Caitlin Clark over Asia. The player Asia referred to as her favorite teammate, her right-hand lady, had simply packed her bags and left for Indiana. It's a whole new era, not just a new squad.
That Amber Cox and Stephanie White, they were probably scouring the free agency market, and they were like, you know what? We do need to protect our locker room. We need to be able to bring in someone who can be a really good fit, someone who can really help to put these younger players at ease. And also, we need somebody to be able to play some lockdown defense off the bench. And that is it. Sydney Colson is vibes and defense. That's why she's on this team.
However, this move isn't just about basketball, it's also about culture and creating something unique. The Fever aren't just getting a reliable backup guard for Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, they're also getting a locker room leader, a defensive specialist, and someone who understands what it takes to win championships. Wilson, on the other hand, isn't taking this lying down. Her social media has been blowing up and her fans are going crazy. But what's so special about Colson? Let's take a moment to discuss. Sydney Colson isn't your average bench player. She's a defensive dynamo with court vision that would make an Eagle envious, and a silky three-point shooting. Imagine those abilities combined with Caitlin Clark, or envision Colson taking the lead. When Clark takes a break on the bench, it's scary, isn't it?
Colson is a two-time WNBA champion, a true vet, an amazing backup point guard. And anytime that CC or any of the guards need to go to the bench, I mean, Sydney Colson always makes the right call, always makes the right decision. So to pick up a vet, a professional like Sydney Colson, and then you also have a vet like Dewana Bonner, and you also have a vet like Kelsey Mitchell, and then you have CC and Aaliyah Boston and Lex.
Let's break it down. Colson won't light up the scoreboard every night, but that's not why the Fever brought her, and they already have a lot of firepower. So what they needed was a secret weapon, someone who can lock down opponents, make the smart play, and knock down shots when it matters most. But wait, there's more. Colson has a winning mentality that is contagious and could ignite a championship run for a young team like the Fever.
I hope that some of y'all, if y'all are not familiar with Sydney Colson, I hope y'all, watch some highlights of her, because don't just be like, oh, Sydney Colson, she barely scored last year, she's not good for the Indiana Fever. No, she is. Don't worry.
Consider it. Sydney Colson is the ideal mentor for Clark and Mitchell, showing them the ropes and keeping them steady when the pressure is on. The Fever's backcourt is full of talent, but they were lacking that veteran presence, someone who has seen the wars and knows what it takes to win at the highest level.
Caitlin Clark actually spoke on this on Sunday, and she had this to say. Quote, I'm excited. Obviously, we made some great moves. I think Kelly and Amber and the whole Fever organization are helping us to win now, and I think that's really important. I think they're putting really good pieces together that are going to complement each other really, really well. And then she continued talking about Steph, their new head coach, and said that Steph taking over as head coach for us, I think, is going to be really great. A great basketball mind, someone that actually called quite a few of my college games. So being able to build that relationship with her and just be in the gym and work on things that she probably saw when I was a freshman in college.
In a league where chemistry can make or break a season, that is worth its weight in gold. Colson's influence extends beyond what occurs on the court. She is renowned for being a locker room MVP, the kind of player who keeps spirits high during difficult times and brings the team together when things get tough. Let's not forget about those crucial moments. Colson is the kind of player you want supporting your stars because she has experience making big plays in high-stakes playoff games when the pressure is at its highest and the lights are at their brightest. She doesn't shrink, instead, she shines.
We knew that Caitlin Clark was this phenomenal talent, but she was entering a league that she was not familiar with. She was a rookie. The Indiana Fever have been actively building and rebuilding their organization and this team, and they have a lot of incredible pieces. But the fact that they were able to get into the playoffs and be a team that, although they didn't, advance far in the playoffs, they were a team that we kept saying, if you face them, they're gonna make it difficult for you. that organization then saw that and said, we're capitalizing on this and we're doing it now.
Sydney Colson may be the most underappreciated piece of Indiana's championship puzzle. So keep an eye on her when everyone is talking about the big names and showy signings. Are you beginning to see the bigger picture? Here, the Fever aren't just building a team, they're creating a winning culture along with excellent offense and defense, and Colson is a major part of that. She's the glue that could hold this young squad together and the steady hand that guides them through the highs and lows of a WNBA season.
What Steph White is doing and what the Fever organization is doing is nothing less than phenomenal, in my opinion. They are taking this young, talented core that they have, you know, with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, and they're adding veteran players that Stephanie White has already worked with. Let's talk about that too, and has chemistry with and knows the work ethic of. And they are building this super team, make no mistake about it, that is going to give you instant results.
Imagine this late in the fourth quarter of a close game with the crowd on their feet and the pressure building. Sydney Colson is cool as a cucumber and making a game-changing defensive play. This is the kind of moment she lives for, and now she'll be doing it in a Fever uniform. Here's where it gets really exciting. Colson isn't just here to support the stars, she's here to elevate them. Her experience, basketball IQ, and winning mentality will all have an impact on players like Clark and Mitchell.
This season, the Fever is gonna run amok this year. You got DeWanna Bonner. Oh my God. They took Sid. And some of y'all really don't feel like Sid was that valuable. Sid, so valuable. To not see Asia, Sid, Chelsea Gray, KP, and Jackie Young together.
For a moment, let's discuss the Aces empire. Remember how they appeared to be untouchable while people that facade is beginning to crumble. And it's all because to one player's choice to jump ship, Wilson supporters are going crazy. And it's not only because they lost Sydney Colson, is what Colson's departure symbolizes. One fan put it like, "Way, this just hurt my feelings." Another fan went so far as to say, "Guys, it's over, just give Fever the title." Now talk about dramatic. You can practically feel the frustration flowing from Las Vegas. Losing a key component of their championship culture is more significant than simply losing a player.
I need somebody to investigate Indiana. I need Indiana investigated. Unfortunately for Indiana, I will be praying on their downfall. I will be praying for them to lose every single game. Like, I just can't. I just can't.
They're literally losing it when they blame the Fever front office for creating a so-called super team in Indiana. First of all, a front office's job is to assemble the best team possible. If they're good, that's not their fault. Secondly, nobody objected when the Aces assembled a roster that included 6 Olympians.
What is painfully clear, and what I've talked about in my other videos, is that the league, the Fever organization are doing everything they should do to make sure their star is happy and that their star gets a ring. I didn't know they were going to load up like this, though. DeWanna Bonner, Sydney Colson, just re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. You already have Aaliyah Boston. You have Caitlin. You have Lexi.
Imagine the powerful Aces who have won consecutive crowns suddenly appearing fragile. Let's break it down. The Aces have lost more than just Colson. They have also bid farewell to Kelsey Plum, a crucial component of their championship runs. Colson's departure is more than just a crack in the foundation. It's a full-fledged earthquake with aftershocks that are appending the entire WNBA landscape. It's like watching a championship puzzle fall apart piece by piece. Meanwhile, in Indiana, the Fever is riding a wave of excitement that threatens to turn into a tsunami. Kate Martin, their star rookie, 2 assistant coaches, and even their general manager are gone. Let's not even forget about the lawsuit from Dior Hami. Even though Caitlin Clark's coming was previously well reported, it seems like they've added gasoline to a flame. They're already ranked in the top 3 in the league by pundits, and some have already predicted that they would win a title this year. This is a significant change in the WNBA power structure, not merely an improvement over the 5-win squad from 2 seasons ago.
You know, they were so close. Well, they made the postseason, I should say, for the first time in a long time. But this is going to catapult them to what I see as being in the finals, if not winning the whole thing. If you look.
But wait, the Fever isn't just winning on paper, they're winning over fans all over the nation. Ticket sales are skyrocketing, jersey sales are off the charts, and there's media attention. Let's just assume that Caitlin Clark and her new super team are becoming the talk of the town. Are you prepared for this? We may be witnessing a changing of the guard in the WNBA, with the Indiana Fever led by the unstoppable force that is Caitlin Clark gaining ground on the undisputed queens of the court.
They are giving their star, Caitlin Clark, all the pieces she needs to be successful. And you have to clap for that, because this is what you do when you have superstar talent. You build a superstar team. And this is what the Indiana Fever have done.
What does this mean for the upcoming season? Basketball fans, the Fever has gone from underdogs to legitimate title contenders faster than you can say buzzer beater. They have the talent, the momentum, and now that players like Colson have joined the ranks, the Aces' air of invincibility has vanished. Not only is Caitlin Clark's star power changing the Fever, but it's also completely altering the WNBA landscape. We're talking about a player that can change the league's power dynamics on her alone, and now she has a winning squad surrounding her.
Can't falter. That's what good coaches do. She is on one, man. She came in and said, I got some things I need to do, and I'm going to get them done. And I'm going to build around Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. And I know, you got to give props and props to do. Y'all, the Fever go run some stuff this year.
Imagine that Clark is leading this Fever crew, attacking the hoop with Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Natasha Howard controlling the paint. Then there's Sophie Cunningham and Dananna Boner locking down the best player on the other team. We've seen these players light up the court, but the secret to the Fever's success is the chemistry between them, with Lexi Hull and Sydney Colson coming off the bench, stretching the floor and giving hustle. They're not just a team that's a nightmare for opponents, and the best part, they're built to win now. And in the future, the million-dollar question is how all these new pieces will fit together.
It is the most important thing. You got to have somebody that can run up and down the floor and catch those passes Caitlin's going to be throwing.
The basketball world is buzzing with excitement as the 2025 WNBA season draws near. The Indiana Fever, who were once underdogs, are now poised to make a serious run at the championship. Caitlin Clark's optimism is palpable, and it's clear that she believes in the team's potential. I think they're putting some really great pieces together that are going to complement each other really well, Clark recently shared. But it's not just Clark who is feeling confident, according to basketball experts who may want to watch their backs. We'll see you in the next one if you click the video on the screen.